Alright, hello world, welcome back to another video. In this video we're gonna keep talking about MLH Fellowship. It's week 3. I'm gonna make it all the way to week 12, which is the final week of MLH Fellowship. So week 3, let's see what happens. Day 1 is just a daily stand-up, so we'll fill the daily stand-up notes. And since most of the day is really just gonna be daily stand-up, I'm just gonna talk about briefly like what's really stand-up notes are like. So you will use something similar. You will post stuff on GitHub basically. And it's like because like you can post like they're gonna create like a new like a big post for you, and you can reply under it. And that's how the stand-up notes gonna work. So the stand-up notes is formatted like this. We have yesterday, we have today, and we have blockers. These are the 3 sections. So what you did yesterday, what you want to accomplish today, and what are some blockers that you're facing. Alright, so that's basically the daily stand-up. So day 2 is contribution. So actually every day is kind of contribution, but I'm just gonna pick in this day. Yeah, contribution. So I worked on the first issue assigned to me with the Krypton project. The first issue was fairly simple, fairly easy, I would say. It's just really adding an attribute, but it's also about learning different, techniques, code designs, and just get in touch with the code base in general. So I'll actually also open a pull request already, but the mentor leave me some feedback. I fixed the feedback. I just need to rebase out the git change, which is kind of confusing process, I would say. But I mean, the mentor pastes all the comments I need to type in the review, so that will be fairly simple, hopefully. And then we also have the daily stand-up. All right. So day 3 is the show and tell. So show and tell. So one of my fellow gave us a show and tell talk for today. This is the second show and tell for this entire MLH fellowship. The talk is related to debugging in PyCharm and VS Code. And the specific sample they showed us is about Python debugging. All right, that's a nice talk. And also met with the race.dev mentor about career advice. All right, so first, the show and tell is gonna happen every week from the second week, as far as I believe, and everyone will have to do a show and tell. But most of the time, it's like a volunteer-based system, unless there's no volunteer. This is kind of like a technical talk where you can talk about really whatever you want. So I don't know, can you talk about like beyond technical stuff? But of course you can talk about your specialties. For example, this fellow talk about the debugging, which I think is pretty useful. I also met the race.dev mentor. So race.dev, you can go to that website. It's basically like a mentor platform, all right, where you can request a mentor help either for code review, pair programming, or career advice. So I met the race.dev mentor about career advice. So that's pretty good. And next show and tell will be me for talking about creating a custom email service. If you would like to show up, I will paste a Zoom link in the description. I will ask the pod leader for the permission, but if he said yes, then we'll paste the Zoom link so you can join it there if you want to. The time going to be taking place on Wednesday, 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. Wednesday, 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. But yeah, it's going to be me talking about create a custom email service. So this is going to be related to our project that's we're building right now, which is G Suite Recreate. So that would be fun. And yeah. So day 4 is project meeting. So what you will have is you will have like a project meeting every single week. Project meeting is not a daily stand-up, but it's more It's more like your own individual project meet for open source track. So I met with a mentor and project maintainer and one more fellow, and then just to do a check-in and to see and then talk about this project in general, ask a few questions related to code design and a maintainer's personal experience about programming. But yeah, and then show my my little code that I added there. So that would be nice. That's nice. Also added a little bit unit test there. So project meeting is really where you will really be chatting with the mentor and the maintainer. It's like what you will do throughout the MLH fellowship if you choose the open source track. And then we have daily stand up at the end. Finally, day 5 is what we call the retrospective, which we shared the weekly summary. Again, red is what you can do better next week. Yellow is what you need to pay attention of. Green is what did well this week. All right, so that's the MLH fellowship experience for me for day 3. Start to contributing. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to comment down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please smash the like button, subscribe button if you haven't already. As always, stay safe and have a nice day. That was me, out. Oh yeah, by the way, if you want to join the meeting, the show and tell on Wednesday 5:30 Pacific Standard Time, again I'll paste the Zoom link in the description down below if allowed. And I will do a face review there. So if you're interested to see my face, you can also come there. Alright, thank you for watching. Have a nice day. That was me, out.